Marcus with the Loss Prevention Group, here today to talk about having a good relationship with your local law enforcement agency where you're working. A lot of us are going to be doing security in various cities. Some cities have a faster response time than others. Oakland response time is a little bit slower than, say, Concord or one of the other smaller Contra Costa counties. Having a good relationship with your local law enforcement is important because you want the police to respond when you call. If we irritate them, if we antagonize them, if we try and act like a police officer, that may not happen, or they're not going to be as willing to do so. We don't want to create more problems for them. The reason we're there is to create less problems for them. So we want to have that good relationship with them, work well with them, don't act like a police officer, don't mislead people and let them think you're a police officer, and most importantly, respect the officers once they arrive on the scene and just kind of let them take over. Their jurisdiction is usually over ours anyway. I like to just kind of step back and let them kind of run the show once they're involved and on our property. In dealing with our local law enforcement, obviously we don't want to be in a situation where we're creating more work for them. Our goal is to try and de-escalate our situations. We want to try and get our problem to leave. We want the police to respond every time we call, so we don't want to call them for every little thing. Once they are on the property, obviously we want to be respectful, courteous, professional, give them as much information as we can. But we're not calling them for every skateboarder that comes on the property. We're not necessarily calling them for every teenager that's out after curfew. And sometimes the police may park on your property knowing there's security there to be able to feel safe, so they can fill out paperwork or do other duties. And I don't like to bother them much when they're doing that as well. I may throw them a wave when I pass by. I may just simply walk by and ignore them. But I'm not big to approach the vehicle. I don't want to delay their actions at all. I don't want to get in their way or interrupt them or something along that line. If they engage me in conversation, great, enjoy yourself. But we really want to maintain that good professional working relationship with our local police. And lastly, when we do deal with the police and work with the police, we want to be cooperative. We want to fall back on what we learned in our guard car class about observing and reporting. We want to provide as many details as we can, as many descriptions as we can, a good, accurate account of events, of what occurred. Why did you call them there? If something happened that was so bad that we needed the police to respond, we need to give good information. Make it worth their while to come out and get this information that you're going to provide. Hopefully this will help you have a better relationship with your local law enforcement.